everybody. Um, I am going out on a limb and stepping out of my comfort zone to make this video. Um, but know that what I'm about to say touches me very deeply. It's an issue that I've been fighting off and on for 2 years, and it's become a really big war in the past month and a half. But I think it needs to be brought up because it's something that's very important, and I'm positive that I'm not the only person out there going through it, or has been through it. I hear all this stuff and read all this stuff on social media about, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, dogs matter, cats matter, trees matter, and I agree with it all. I absolutely agree with everything. If it lives, it matters. It has purpose. It's here. There's one thing that is not discussed on social media, and that is justice. Justice for single parents. And I'm not talking just women. I'm going out with, men as well as women. There are many mothers out there that just don't even deserve to be around their children. And there are many fathers that don't deserve to be around their children. The justice system treats every case, every custody case, basically the same, unless there is something major that stands out from it. I just want to stand up and say that, I disagree. Every case is not the same. Every person that sits before that judge, or every two people that sit before that judge, are not your average case, your same case scenario. Everyone's life differs in many ways. I'm only doing this because I need all the support and the prayers that I can get right now. I am facing probably one of the most scariest things that a person can face as a parent in general. But, 2 years ago, I split up with my ex. And at that time, there was a lot of mixed emotions. There was a lot of probably anger, hurt, on both sides. And, ultimately I stayed focused on my children, because I'm an adult. I can handle my feelings. I kind of get the gist of what's going on around me a little more, where children don't always understand why things don't work out or why things happen the way they do. So, as a parent, it is your job to keep it together, regardless of what you're going through for your young children. I just want to go out there and say that 2 years ago, I spent a little over $5,000 fighting for custody of my two children. And ultimately, I did win. I won the custody. I got sole physical custody of my children. I've been a mother for over 20 years. And I felt that was the right decision. At the time, my ex did, in fact, give up his visitation rights to my children. So when the final court order came out, I did have sole physical custody of my children with no standing visitation rights in that custody order whatsoever. However, it was left to me at my discretion to, in the future, if it were to come up or things changed in his life, to allow visitation to happen. I did that. On July 4th, I met up with him. I did just that. I believed he changed. I believed in his words. I left there with a sick feeling, but I just figured to myself, Kim, don't go off the past. It's not all about the past. People can change, and I'm a big believer in that. I am an optimistic person. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong. I allowed him to visit with my children. And unbeknownst to me, he had a plan the whole time, where on the 18th of July, he brought back my youngest child and refused to return my oldest one to me. And of course, that was very heartbreaking and confusing. But I kept it together, and I thought, I paid over $5,000 for this paperwork. I have justice on my side. Called the local police department. They met me at the door with the answer of, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but this is a civil situation. You have to go get an attorney. You have to go back to court." So basically, after talking to several different organizations and being, given phone numbers and contacts, and right down to, the DA's office, the state's attorney, all of this, I was constantly being met with the answer of, "I'm sorry, ma'am, there's nothing we can do. It is a civil matter. You have to get an attorney and you have to take him back to court." I guess what I'm getting at is I did it. I got the money together and I retained an attorney. What I don't understand is, why 2 years ago did I fight so hard for this piece of paper signed by a judge stating that giving me sole physical custody of my children? And then because this person decides that they still want to seek revenge or they want to mess with your life some more, they are given the right to do that. They are absolutely given the right to do that. And they are given the right to pull every dirty trick used in every organization in the county to try to rail against your efforts in getting your child back. At this point, I'm very scared for my son. I'm very worried for my son. But I have another one here that I have to stay strong for. And yes, I am locked in my bathroom right now while he sleeps. And I'm making this video. But I just want to say that I'm out here struggling as a single parent every day of my life, loving every minute of it, devoting my life to it and to my children. And I have to turn around and fight for custody again that I already have. I don't understand it, but I would really appreciate a lot of y'all's support and prayers that I get my son back and safe. And please just keep us in mind. I'll be going to court August the 30th. I'll keep you updated. Thanks for listening. Bye.